KHKT News Today.
President Trump on Monday called the mass shooting on the Las Vegas Strip that left 58 dead and 515 injured an act of pure evil. "My fellow Americans, we are joined together today in sadness, shock and grief," he said from the White House, speaking in a somber tone. The president said the country would come together in the wake of the unprecedented carnage. In moments of tragedy and horror, America comes together as one. And it always has. We call upon the bonds that unite us, our faith, our family, and our shared values, he said. We call upon the bonds of citizenship, the ties of community, and the comfort of our common humanity. Our unity cannot be shattered by evil, our bonds cannot be broken by violence, and though we feel such great anger at the senseless murder of our fellow citizens, it is our love that defines us today. Trump offered prayers for the wounded and families of the victims. Hundreds of our fellow citizens are now mourning the sudden loss of a loved one, a parent, a child, a brother or sister. We cannot fathom their pain, we cannot imagine their loss. To the families of the victims, we are praying for you and we ask God to help see you through this very dark period, the president said. And he urged people to seek comfort in prayer. Scripture teaches us the Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. We seek comfort in those words, for we know that God lives in the hearts of those who grieve, he said. To the wounded who are now recovering in hospitals, we are praying for your full and speedy recovery, and pledge to you our support from this day forward, said the president, who will visit Vegas on Wednesday after traveling to hurricane-ravaged Puerto Rico on Tuesday. And he praised law enforcement and first responders, saying they saved lives through their rapid response. The speed in which they acted is miraculous and prevented further loss of life, Trump said. To have found the shooter so quickly after the first shots were fired is something for which we will always be thankful and grateful. It shows what true professionalism is all about. Trump ended his remarks by calling for God's blessing. May God bless the souls of the lives that are lost. May God give us the grace of healing. And may God provide the grieving families with strength to carry on. God bless America, he said. The president had earlier tweeted condolences to the victims of what was the worst mass shooting in U.S. history. My warmest condolences and sympathies to the victims and families of the terrible Las Vegas shooting. God bless you, he wrote. White House spokeswoman Sarah Huckabee Sanders said earlier that officials are monitoring the situation closely and offer our full support to state and local officials. All of those affected are in our thoughts and prayers. The gunman's attack Sunday night on the country music concert was the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. The Homeland Security Department said there was no specific credible threat involving other public venues. Police don't have a motive for the shootings, and are trying to determine what made 64-year-old Stephen Paddock launch the deadly attack from the 32nd floor of a Vegas hotel.